Alrighty. Hello, everybody. I just recorded this twice. Didn't work twice. I think I figured it out, so it should work this time. And so this is kind of like an analysis of my old swing from June 8th, 2018, and a swing that I kind of just had a breakthrough in the last 2 days that it's a lot better. So I guess let's get right into it. So make this a little smaller. So just from the start, let's make this a little bigger. Just from the start, you can already see that my hands are really far from my body. Um, when I read the Science of Hitting by Ted Williams, he said like your hand should be about 8 inches max from your body. I think he said his were about 4. Mine is probably a full foot. So this distance needs to be smaller. Secondly, very narrow stance. Some people are good with that. It was comfortable for me, so that's more of a personal thing. My bat's very upright. I've now adopted more of a angular one. And moving on. Alrighty. So here comes in my new swing. So you can also see my hands are much lower in my old swing. They're like top hand is basically shoulder height, and in my new swing, well, I'm gonna refer to the left one as new swing, even though I haven't perfected it, and I've only really been able to hit successfully with it for one batting session. Here, they're more eye level, so that's something to notice. When you get down here, you can often be very flat. Um, though sometimes when you're high, some people have a tendency to swing down. Um, Despite what you're told, do not swing down. Um, Getting backspin on the ball is a load of baloney. You need to be in plane with the level that the pitch is coming in. So my swing should be about there, because it's 12, I want to say 12 inches off the ground, the mound is, but pitcher could be, 6 foot 4, and then their arm is another, 2 feet, and that's across 60 feet. So that's, it's an angle. It's not flat, but it's also not very vertical. Um, so there is that. You can see more of an angular thing. Here, I'm actually starting to load a little bit. And what you'll see is I'm more rocky with my old swing. Do you see how far I move back? My old swing compared to my new swing. My new swing, it's more of a leg lift and an arm goes back. If you see here, my hands actually twist around, which you don't want to do because that can create more separation, bat lag, and more of a loopy swing. Here, you can see my hands kind of just go straight back. Let's take another look at that. Much more straight back. I just want to note, I've been working at a lot of little things for a long time, and it has not been working for the most part. But what really, really helped me, well, I'll show you what my main problem was, and then I'll tell you what really, really helped me. Okay. So, yeah. So moving on a little bit in my swing, I'm starting to get more into the load. You can see my hands are going back. In the good one, in the bad one, I'm twisting way too much. Way too much. And that also makes it harder to see. Because when you are, this is me, alright, so I'll do it like this because it's mirrored. If you're like this, and then you're twisting, you get one eye view. But there was actually a video I watched, what's my hair doing this? Whatever. Video I watched, a guy was having a really hard time. He was in the minors. He was having a hard time, yeah, look like Bob Ross merch. he was having a hard time hitting, and he thought he was taking his eye off the ball, which is one of the oldest things that you're taught, but it's actually forgotten a lot. So he literally stood up to the plate like this, like he's bunting, just squared up and went, and he hit a double off the wall. And you can see my head is a lot more forward than it is here. Now, granted, I'm off a tee, but with tee work, you really should be looking off in the distance and then tracking it in. Okay, and keep note, this is coming in about 70 miles an hour. This is still. And you'd expect, sometimes, when you're swinging full speed at a ball coming in pretty fast, you kind of expect your form to deteriorate sometimes. So the fact that this form is a lot better than this form says something. So, moving on. I'm very rocky. That's that weight shift going back. Whoopsie. Weight shift going back and then forward. That's going to take more time, and you're going to be less stable and less consistent, which is also very important to swing. Consistency. So next. Let's see, I'm very, very twisted. Alright. So, moving. Oh, wait, no, there was something I was going to say. Oh, yeah, backside. This was one of the things I was working on a lot. Backside. Look at my new swing. It's pretty straight as far as backside goes, because I like to think of swinging as a building. You need a strong foundation, you need a strong base, and you need good support. If you look at foot strike, this is like the leaning tower of Pisa. Look at that. Look at that banana on the back. That's not good. Here, I'm straight. It's like the Eiffel Tower, You want the Eiffel Tower base. Alright? And you'll actually see, well, alright, let's slow it down a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. So I am at foot strike. Okay. You're going to see my hands here on my new swing. They're going to be a little bit here down, but they're going to get into the swing plane, which is very important. You want to get there as fast as possible, because the longer you're in the swing plane, the longer you can hit pretty much any pitch. Here you're going to see I'm very loopy, and it's like an awful swing, and I'm basically in the swing plane for this much, and that's not long enough. With this swing, I'm in it for about this much, which is a lot. That's a lot, and you need as much as you can get. All right, so if you move it a little bit, you can see in my new swing, my hands, they're coming down to the ball, but I'm not swinging down on the ball. There's a difference. Your hand path has to come down to some degree, but it also needs to turn. Alright? In my old swing, you see my hands do a little bit of that. Even then, my bat path is awful. Actually, no, hang on. My hands start to come up. My hands literally do this. Look at this. Wonk. And you can see in both swings, I do a pretty good job. Not great. Let's erase all ink. Okay. I do a pretty good job as far as my legs go. Driving the right knee forward, or in my case my right knee, back knee. I would like to see here a little bit more foot turn. You can see I'm a little bit too much like that, whereas here my heel is completely off. You can see, look at this bat lag. This is way too late to be that far into the swing. Alright, I would never be able to hit a 65, 70 mile, 75 mile an hour fastball coming in like this. That's way too late. I'd be just like right past me. Here, you can see how connected I am. Now, here was one of my biggest problems. I'm going to go through my swing slowly. Watch. Look closely at my right arm. It's a little harder to see my right one because I'm wearing all black. But look very closely at my right arm. And what you'll notice, in my old swing, it's stuck to my side like glue. Alright? And that caused a lot of problems. So let's analyze this. My elbow is essentially touching my right hip there. And it stays there. And it's actually leading my bat. Alright, I'm doing this. Yeah, it's hard to see. I'm trying to see which arm I have. Okay. It's basically leading my swing. That's going to cause too much bat tilting. You can see, like, that's not good. This is a lot stronger. Alright. You're going to see, once I get to here, I'm still not even in the swing plane here. Here, I could make contact. Let's look at my swing plane. I'm almost in the swing plane here. I'd say right here I get into the swing plane, but the frame rate was too low. I'm still in the swing plane. So, there. Let's go to the next frame. I'm actually still in the swing plane. And if a baseball is thrown right at me, I could still hit it. Look at all of that space I can cover just from pushing through with my right arm and extending. And it's not easy to do. Alright, you really have to think about it, and you really have to put a lot of reps into it. It took me so long to be able to even get to here. Alright. Now if you look at my old swing, we get to foot strike. Right elbow immediately comes down. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. And only now it comes off. And it only comes off because the momentum of my bat literally takes it off my body. Alright? Versus in my good swing, you can see my right arm. I'm right here. Next. I'm right there. Next. I'm right there. And you begin to see a pattern where my arms are staying strong, together, connected. The bat is an extension of my arms, and my right arm and hand are actually pushing through the ball. Instead of, like, in this swing, my body's just spinning. It's like a tornado, and my arms are just floppy noodles stuck in the tornado, alright? You don't want that. That's bad. My arms are literally just along for the ride. Now, you don't swing with your arms, because this is where all your power comes from. And your shoulders, too. But you can't have weak arms. Your arms have to stay strong, and they have to control the bat. Your arms are an extension of your body, but they also have to be, the bat has to be an extension of your arms. So they have to be strong and connected. And you can see right here, my bat should be here. I'm rolling here because my elbow does not come off. You look at my new swing. Let's get this over here. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. Boom. And here, in my old swing, not in plane, I probably get in plane here. in plane here, so we've covered this much ground so far. I'm at a plane. I probably come out right here. That is not enough ground to hit a ball, especially when you account for like curveballs, off change-ups, off speeds, stuff like that. You need to be in the swing plane as long as possible. So the fact you got to be able to push through with your right arm instead of letting it get here and just carry it off, because that causes you to do this. Look at my bat in my new swing. Flop. Look at that. It's like creating a rainbow. Wonk. That is awful. Awful. Look at the new swing though now. I'm literally hitting the ball out here. Let's see if the ball was right here, like where it is in my new swing. Let's see if I could even touch it. Okay, that's a bad example. But if the ball was right here, I am not hitting that because I have like a rainbow. That's literally my bat. I would feel my bat do this, and that's because I'm rolling so hard that my arm is actually doing that, and that's why my bat turns so hard and so fast. That's what she said. And look at my body too. How are you supposed to be able to hit a baseball hard off of that? You cannot. This is what you want to be off of. Alright? And also, let's take a look at the head. So, foot strike. My head is right there. My head is right here. In my new swing, my head pretty much stays in the same spot. Drops down a little, and in my new swing, it literally goes forward, down, and back. Whoop, whoop. And that's what I like to call for myself the Newton's third law. So you probably know that is every action has an opposite and equal reaction, I think. And because my arms are just like little wet noodles, the momentum of my bat is literally flicking it forward, and it's sending the energy through there, and my head just flicks back. Look, wonk. You can literally see. You can see that happening. All right. So what I want anybody watching this to take away from it is you need a strong backside, and that involves, it's going to feel weird. You literally have to squeeze your glutes, like squeeze your butt, like you're trying not to let a poop fall out. All right? You need to control this, and for me it helped to think about you need to get the elbow down to your hip, but it only stays there for a second, and you have to push through. All right? One of my teammates in Little League, their mom would always scream from the benches, "It's linear," and my dad and I would always laugh about it. But now I'm thinking about it, this is very linear. You're turning on it, of course, but your elbow has to go bam, then bam, and then bam. All right? You cannot keep it glued to your side. You cannot let your arm just flop around. You have to take control of the bat and use your body and your strength. Look at my shoulders too. They're flat here, and they're going to turn to there. I haven't even look at that. Look at that. That's awful. Just drew little A with that. You shouldn't be able to do that. Alright? So, takeaways. Strong backside, strong base, strong arms, and I've one of my favorite sayings. I forgot my favorite saying. Hang on. I think it's, hang on. All right, slow feet, fast hands, quiet head. And let's see how well I stick to that with my old swing. I have pretty slow feet, so we can actually let it play. I'm not like stomping down or anything. That's a decent job. Let's see my fast hands. Look at that loop. Problem is I would try to like, you look at the videos of like Prince Fielder or like A-Rod, they're like leaning back. But they're not forcing it like this. It's a natural lean back from the, Newton's third law, pushing back. But you can't let it banana you. You need it to be strong, all right? And let's see, we already know the head's not quiet. That's moving a lot. The head stayed still here. I had slow feet, and I had fast hands. Look how fast my hands get into the zone. Bam. And I stay in the zone for a long time. And I'm not actually usually a one-hand hitter, even though I used to be around this time, and I recently started swinging with two hands the whole time. But I had really bad blisters, and it really hurt to keep two hands on. So I just let go. That just happened. And you could see, even though I don't usually swing with one hand, I'm letting go here. That's when I'm letting go of the bat. If you look at my old swing, I let go of the bat right there. That's almost after contact. That pretty much, if I'm hitting the ball out front, that's like right after contact. And it's because my right arm still doesn't want to leave my body. You can see I keep the right angle in my arm the entire time. So, yeah. This took a lot of time, a lot of analysis, a lot of shitty days, games, practices. And my dad and I noticed it, and we went to the cages, tried to fix it, and so far it's worked out. I went to the cages before I noticed that arm thing. I went to the cages last week, and I same speed as this time. I literally did not hit the ball. I missed it every time, and that's because I'm flop and flop, and it's just like weak backside. But this time I focused on the strong backside. Focused on pushing through with my right arm, and I was hitting really well. So if you have ever seen any video of yourself like this, where you're casting, you have bat lag, any issues like that, I hope this video helped. Thank you for watching. Leave some feedback. And yeah. If I can stop the recording. There we go. Alright. Thank you.